To say that I got my butt handed to me on Oscar night is an understatement. If I had just guessed, I would have gotten 20%. I got 26%. I normally get about 80%. The average person who guessed on Oscar.com got 61%. The Oscar expert got 70%. What the happened? I'm not even an above average monkey at this point in time. Let's take a look at this cadaver of Oscar picks and try to figure out what the heck happened to my predictions on Oscar night. I should have had a hint early on. The first category was animated feature, and I said Turning Red is going to win. I have a little bit of a bias going in here, which was my first hint that I shouldn't have picked Turning Red because Guillermo del Toro won with Pinocchio. But I was okay because it was my first pick, and I convinced myself that everything's just fine. Everything's fine. Is my nose growing bigger like Pinocchio right now? No, it's just like that all the time. So I'm 0 for 1 going into this thing. Actor in a supporting role came up, and I had picked Judd Hirsch because Judd Hirsch is an old popular actor, and I thought to myself, oh, Judd Hirsch is going to win. But I was okay with this because Ke Huy Quan won. He was known as Short Round to me in the Indiana Jones movie, the second one, which wasn't as good as the first one. That's a different story completely. The point is, I was okay with him winning. When he thanked his wife, Echo,
who month after month, year after year for 20 years, told me one day my time will come.
Come on. If that wasn't enough, he told everyone,
to all of you out there, please keep your dreams alive.
How can you not love him? So I'm already 0 for 2 starting out of the night, but I'm okay with that. So then we get to supporting actress, and I picked Hong Chau for The Whale. And I thought to myself, I'm going to make this brilliant observation that when two actors are nominated for the same movie, they cancel each other out. Sorry, Jamie Lee Curtis. Ordinarily, Hollywood would give Jamie Lee Curtis the award for that. John, stop overthinking. 0 for 3. So I'm still okay. Yeah, it's just 0 for 3 in a row. Then the documentary feature category came up, and I made this big mistake. I normally pick documentary films based on their titles or topic, but this time I allowed myself to watch the trailers because there are 2 docs in here that are about Russia or Ukraine, and there's also one about opioid addiction. Which one is gonna win? Yeah, dumb mistake. I picked opioid addiction. Never pick opioid addiction. Never, for any reason, about anything, should you pick opioid addiction. Because Nelvani won. Go figure. It should have. 0 for 4. Now we're on to the live action short film. I'm going with Avalou, and I'm hoping that it's not just because I'm a Part 107 drone pilot. I was wrong. 0 for 5. Cinematography. Any film can win this category except for Tar. I picked Bardo. Tar didn't win. All Quiet on the Western Front did. 0 for 6. Makeup and hairstyling. I picked The Whale. They took Brendan Fraser and they added 600 pounds to him and they made him unattractive. They're gonna haul in that whale. And I hauled in that whale. I was 1 for 7. This was going to be my comeback. I was gonna win everything from this point onwards. Costume design. I said. The thing that you have to keep in mind is it's probably going to be a period piece. A close second is anything that creates a different world. Note that I'm left with 2 different categories at the end of this, and one of them is a different world called Wakanda. But I picked the movie about the woman who goes to Paris to buy a dress called Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, because I don't listen to myself. I am currently 1 for 8. Now I picked international feature film right when I picked All Quiet on the Western Front. I was right. I'm now 2 for 9. Yay! Documentary short film. My friend let me know that I'd accidentally missed one of the films when I did my review for documentary short films. I didn't miss it. I just thought that a movie about the elephants wasn't going to win anything. So when I watched 10 seconds of The Elephant Whisperers, I thought this isn't going to win anything. It won. 2 for 10. Animated short film. I said, The Boy Looks Beautiful, and beautiful usually wins this category. And then I picked An Ostrich Told Me the World Was Fake because I saw the trailer and I thought it was cool. I'm a dumbass. 2 for 11. Production design. All you have to do is ask yourself, how pretty is this? Avatar would normally win that, and I'm wrong. Hollywood picked the war film. The only good part about this is that no one else picked it. I'm 2 for 12. At this point, I was more than 2 hours into my live streaming, and I thought to myself, maybe if I can win every single category, I can come out with 50%. Original score. I picked The Fabelmans because John frickin' Williams is part of this category. And I absolutely hated All Quiet on the Western Front. And All Quiet on the Western Front won. 2 for 13. Visual effects. I picked Avatar. Why? Because if James Cameron had figured out one thing, it's visual effects. And I got it right. I was right. 3 for 14. Original screenplay. I narrowed it down to Banshees and this other film because I said that the Banshees of Inisherin had really good dialogue in it. And then I said, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once has a good shot at this. But I think the winner will be Banshees of Inisherin. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once won. So it's 3 for 15. But I could still pull this out. Adapted screenplay. I picked All Quiet on the Western Front because old book. Just the fact that it took this long to make it into a film, but that it's also nominated for Best Picture, means something. Yeah, it means it didn't win. Women Talking did. 3 for 16. For Best Sound, I picked Sound, Top Gun Maverick. Yes! 4 for 17. I'm kicking butt now. Now it came to Best Song, and I had mentioned this is an awful, awful category. And I said, Natu Natu is kind of good. It's a cheerful kind of a club song that you would gladly dance to if you were at a club. And the Oscar voters did. They danced to Natu Natu, and it won rather than my pick, Lady Gaga, Hold My Hand. Nobody wanted to hold Lady Gaga's hand that night. 4 for 18. Just a thought, Lady Gaga, don't wait until the last minute to tell the Oscars that you're going to come and perform. They might take that personally. Best film editing. I went with Top Gun. It's an action film. Film editing is always won by whichever film is the action film. Like every action film. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Right, John? 4 for 19. Best director. I picked Steven Spielberg. I picked Steven freaking Spielberg. Why? The Fabelmans is about a young director who wants to be a director when he grows up, despite everyone telling him not to. I'll be astounded if the directors don't give this to Spielberg. I was astounded that Daniel Kwan and Daniel Schurberg, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. All right, well, you guys had this.
You have a genius that is waiting to erupt. You just need to find the right people to unlock that.
Good for you guys. This guy isn't a genius. He's 4 for 20. Best actor. I thought Austin Butler was going to win. But I said, in any ordinary year, Brendan Fraser would win for The Whale. And he did. I'm an idiot. 4 for 21. Best actress. I picked Michelle Yeoh will win. And she did. 5 for 22. I also said, you know how Hollywood realized a few years ago that they haven't given away that many awards to black performers? So they were all like,
I love black people! I love black people!
Well, they've moved on and now they're giving Oscars to Asians. Why couldn't I have listened to myself? And now we're up for the last category, Best Picture. And here's where the broadcast became kind of cool because the presenter was Harrison Ford, you know, Indiana Jones. And when Everything, Everywhere, All at Once won, Harrison Ford's co-star from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom ran up to him and gave him a hug. Also, I managed my final win. I was 6 for 23 for the night. What did I learn? Go with your first instinct. Always. Don't watch trailers or watch people watching nominated films. And don't overthink. Like, ever. Check out my videos. Like, subscribe. Tell me how stupid I am, because this is a good opportunity to do so. I agree.